První video z E3 musí být nutně z první velké akce, která se tu odehrává tady za mnou v Galenově Krychli, v Galenově centru, kde skončila před několika minutami tiskovka Microsoftu. My jsme si po ní odchytávali na ulici mezinárodní, zahraniční, ale i české herní novináře a zeptali jsme se jich na to, co si o představených titulech a vlastně o průběhu tiskovky myslí, takže se na to podívejte.
You know what, I wasn't as impressed as I was hoping to be. I mean, Halo 4 looked great. We only got a little bit of Gears of War. I wanted to see a lot more from that. South Park really blew me away. South Park, I think, was the highlight.
Yeah, I think that this year is kind of is Microsoft spinning their wheels until next year when they announce a new system. So it was kind of like they could show some games, you know, like we know this is coming, we know Halo's coming, we know Call of Duty, whatever. So they were kind of just showing them off and saying, hey, we still have a bunch of great games on the Xbox 360. Please play them on the 360. That's kind of like what the conference was. But thankfully, though, last year was like really Kinect heavy.
Yeah.
And this year it wasn't as heavy, so thank God for that.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, I mean, the stuff that did show for Kinect, though, again, failed to impress. Like the EA Sports stuff, just very, you know, meh. And, you know, everything else for Kinect. I mean, Fable the Journey looked interesting, you know, fighting Hobbs and Balverines in first person. But again, they didn't really show us much more than a trailer. So I'm not really sure how it's going to control, and that's really what everything comes down to in the end.
What I think is really funny is that there were so many rumors about all these big announcements that were going to happen at this conference. And then it was like 3 very, very quick CG trailers, and that was it. And everything else we already knew, everything else we'd already kind of pretty much seen, so...
The smart glass looked cool. I mean, the fact that it's going to work on all your tablets and phones, I think, is a good thing. I was personally very happy to see that, you know, the NHL is going. I'm a big hockey fan, so I'm happy to see the NHL there. And I admit I use MLB.TV on my Xbox 360, and it gives me a good chance to see my New York home teams.
Well, and I'm really big into user interface, and so like the changes that are happening in the dashboard, you could tell kind of like they had more boxes, and there was a favorites on the home page, which I've been arguing should be there from the start. So to me, that was kind of exciting to see. Like the most exciting thing for me was the dashboard updates, which is kind of sad, but yeah, so.
Last year we saw these different things with the Xbox, like Netflix and things. But I come from Europe, I come from Holland, and we don't have that. So I really was here for the games, and the best game was for me Halo. We started with Halo, and I'm a big Halo fan, and I thought the graphics were really great. The new enemy was really nice, so I'm really psyched about Halo. But also Tomb Raider, it was. Well, it's new. You see a new Lara Croft, a new world, and how she walks, how she moves, it really looked good. So I really want to play that game. And South Park game. Yeah, it was really the South Park vibe. I'm a South Park fan, and I can't wait to play it. 4 months ago, I thought they are going to introduce a new Xbox. That wasn't the case, obviously. But the innovations are okay. I have my own Windows phone, and there are like things you can do with the Xbox Live, but in the end it's about the games for me. We saw like 7, 8 great games. Yeah, we saw like 8 great games, so no disappointment.
It was very loud, and the visual presentation itself was stunning. I'm really interested in the South Park game and users being able to create their own South Park avatar. South Park in the United States is often an attractor for moral panics or for you know, people trying to ban the show or censor the show. And so depending on what kind of humor is in the game, it'll be interesting to see if the South Park humor combined with being a video game will make a lot of people upset about the content of it, and if they'll try to challenge that or restrict it or restrict access to it. I work for a free expression organization here in the United States called the National Coalition Against Censorship. And so from a censorship perspective, it was also funny that the soccer game, the FIFA game, it'll penalize you if you swear at a referee's call. It'll actually penalize you in-game for that. Hopefully there's a way to turn that off for those people who want to be able to swear and cast about profanity freely in their own living rooms. but that was kind of funny from a censorship perspective. The ability to tie together different instruments in your home is fascinating, and it's fun to see how the developers are coming up with different ways for your tablet and your phone and your Xbox to have that kind of synergy so that you're just always connected to your media all the time. However, again, from a free expression perspective, we want to make sure that controls for user privacy are being respected and that users have the opportunity to not be followed around, and so that those are very clear to users how things are not tracked on their tablet and their phone and on their Xbox, because for them to know what you're watching on the way home and then have it, like, that means that that information is being tracked and it's being recorded. And so we want to make sure that users' privacy and rights are respected, and that everything's being very clear about what's tracked and what's shared between those devices.